close your eyes and think, why are you where you're at now? And why do you want to go to where you want to go? Your journey. And just start. You just have to start. Do it scared. Do it afraid. You just have to start.
I love that.
Just start.
Welcome back to the BILFPod, where authenticity trumps authority. For those of you tuning in for the first time, my name is Mara Dorn, and I am here today with a very, very studious, beautiful doctor, Miss Ebony Tillery. So welcome to the BILFPod.
Woo! Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited that you are here, and I'm so excited to get in and just dig really deep. But first, I have to ask you, because I ask every guest that comes on, do you know what BILF stands for?
Yes.
Tell me.
Boss, I love to follow.
Yes. But some people, I mean, they've said some crazy things. Really, you can only imagine.
Yes.
But before we get started and dig deep, I just want to give you your flowers and your accolades because you deserve it. First of all, you are a very strong mom. I think the mom thing is huge.
Thank you.
You are an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
You run your own practice, your own workshops, masterminds. I mean, you really just do it all. A 7-figure earner, which is something, again, get your flowers. That's amazing.
Yes.
And you have, I know you're covering it, but you have something sparkly right there. So about to be married. Show that. Ooh, yes. Look at that. Look at you. Oh my, that's so exciting. So another new chapter in your life.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Chapter. Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
nervous?
No, not really.
You look good. You look well composed. You look like you're doing good. You ready to dig deep
Yes.
and dive deep? Because you have a lot that you can give.
Yes.
Let's start first by acknowledging, like I said, that you're a mom. And people, I had this conversation this morning. People ask me all the time, like, how do you balance being a mom and an entrepreneur? How do you do that?
Time management and just since my son was a baby, so I was married to his dad. It didn't work out. We got divorced. I left when he was 2. So that transition was kind of hard for the both of us. So, and he's the only child. So he kind of grew up doing things independently. So he's a very independent boy.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do as much for him. I'm still there with him, but he knows, okay, well, mommy has a meeting. Let me be quiet.
Yeah.
Let me not come in mommy's office. So we're kind of built that, like, when mommy's working, no.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
So yeah, it's funny because it goes back to, I don't think that that's a real thing, work-life balance. I don't. I think that there is sacrifice, but I don't know that balance is like that's not a real definition, because I don't know about you, but like for me, I feel like when my personal life is doing really, really well, I'm like trying to juggle over here on the business side and then the kids side, like not everything is flowing at the same time.
Yes.
So I think it comes in matter of priority. So like you were saying, my kids is there real balance in my life? I mean, prioritize them for sure, but like balance as far as like on a scale of 50-50, like I'm spending 50% here, 50% here, I would say that's not realistic.
No, you have to prioritize and do what needs to be done now. If something can wait, I let it wait. I just do it next day or so.
Yeah, for sure.
If it can wait.
Yeah. So because this is really important, you are a 7-figure earner, which is amazing. So let's talk about your story before. I know you're from New York, born and raised there, two-parent, came from a very nice home, 2 parents, and you kind of took a different direction.
Yes. So born and raised in Brooklyn. I actually left Brooklyn at 18, like a few days after I graduated. I was out of there. So I decided to leave my son's dad, and I purchased my first home in 2020 throughout this whole divorce stuff. And at that point, I'm like, I'm a single mom. What am I going to do? How am I figure this out? I don't have as much family support. So I had to figure it out. So 2020 and 2021, I had to travel. So I did the travel nursing thing, and I had to leave my son with my mom. He was 2 years old.
Wow.
So I missed so much milestones.
Yeah.
Potty training, certain words. Even when I was, out of town working and I would call him on his iPad, he would turn it to the wall because he was upset that mommy wasn't there every day. So that really, broke me, but I had to do what I had to do in that situation.
Yeah. It's funny that you talk about that, because a lot of myself what I ended up having to do, because I have offices everywhere in the US, I had to travel as well. Same thing. And I got a lot of mom shaming. There was constant mom shaming and people having their own opinions, family, friends. I always call it the unsolicited advice that I didn't ask for, that for whatever. People just love to give me unsolicited advice. So, the mom shaming became, I would say at like most family dinners, people would talk about it constantly. Friends, oh, how do you leave your son? How do you leave your daughter? And very simply put, I wanted a better life. And I think we want more for our kids than what we have for ourselves. So while, that mom shame, maybe it makes them feel good, but honestly, like there came a point where I was just like, I'm over the mom shame. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad when my kids can travel. I don't feel bad that my kids have nice things, have great experiences. Yeah, is it sad that we're not there as moms? Absolutely. Did I miss milestones? For sure. But would I change anything? I probably wouldn't. No.
Right. Exactly.
No. So what would you say to people that were mom shaming you?
I would say, well, that's your opinion, and this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm feeding my son and myself. Are you going to help watch him? Or are you going to help feed him? This is just what I have to do, unfortunately. And when I get to the point where I'm an entrepreneur and I can work from home and be with him 24/7, that's going to happen, because whatever I say with my mouth, it happens. If I put my mind to something, it's going to happen.
I say the same thing, exact thing. I'm like, if I want to walk on water, I will walk on water, right? Yes. Being impeccable to your word. So what would you say to a woman maybe that's kind of on the fence right now, trying to decide, should I leave my kids? Should I travel? Like, what would you tell that woman? But it's a great opportunity for them. What would you tell?
I would say just do it, and don't think about what the people say, because they're going to talk regardless. I had to learn that. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to show up for this person, that person, show up here and there, and then I would drive myself crazy.
Yeah.
Run myself down when I'm going to focus on me, do what makes you happy.
Yeah, I agreed. Well said. I love that. It's the same thing. And would you say that your son is your biggest inspiration?
Yes, he is. He is. Just seeing him happy when I have birthday parties or we take trips or he's on an airplane, it just melts my heart that I'm able to provide this life for him.
Yeah.
And for him to see that you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you want to be an artist, you can be the biggest artist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what an inspiration you are. I mean, and mommy's doing it. That's my biggest motivator too, or my children. I have a daughter. I have a 17-and-a-half-year-old daughter, and she is by far the biggest motivation ever because of society right now. And I was talking to you before, as women, we think that in a society that is westernized, that we've come so far. And in reality, we're not that far along. And then you add race and religion and everybody's noise or opinions. Right. So as a society in general, it really is disheartening how narrow-minded some people are. But in the same regard, you should be so proud of yourself and where you're at, and that you are, a very dominating, I'm assuming alpha female, right? Alpha female. And, you're just going after it in life. And that in yourself, that deserves a round of applause for you. So doing that. So now, you have this, you have all of these, because there's always, we always have to talk about the fallback. That's so important. We have to talk about the setback, because now is the comeback.
Yes.
So now you're there, you have a nursing degree, and you decide you're going to be an entrepreneur. You leave the bedside, right? And you decide, now I'm going to open up your practice.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that and what you're doing. It's what we call a nursepreneur. So tell me how you say it.
Yeah, entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Yes. So in 2020, after traveling, I was working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. My day off was Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Just a random Wednesday.
Just a random Wednesday. And that completely burnt me out. Not only, not being able to see my son every day, just working 12 plus hours during COVID, it was tiring. So once I stopped, I was like, look, Ebony, you work, you make good money, now you're burnt out. What are you going to do? I'm like, okay, I know I'm not stepping foot in the hospital again. I can't do it. I was completely burnt out. So I sat down and I'm like, okay, you need to do something. And I'm like, being an entrepreneur is kind of scary, especially for nurses, nurse practitioners, because we're so used to, okay, I want to take a trip, I'm going to pick up an extra shift.
Right.
I want to go buy a purse, we're going to pick an extra shift. That's like our mentality, and we're used to getting a check. Being an entrepreneur, you don't know if you're going to get that check or not. It's unpredictable. So it's very scary. So I have a lot of nurse practitioners who are mentor and coach, and I'm like, you just have to start. Just start. Don't be scared, because if you don't start, 6 months is going to go by and you're going to be like, well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. So you just have to start.
Can we talk about that for 1 second? I would say I don't want to call it salary. Well, I guess that would be salary versus commission. People ask me all the time, they're like, Mara, how did you do it doing commission? And I say the same thing. Here's the deal. If you're betting on yourself every single time, you're going to win. Salary is safe. It's safe, right? But I think that's something that people have a mentality. It's instilled in them that we have to do salary because it's so safe.
Right.
But when you become an entrepreneur, the full bet is on yourself, but you have full control on what you're making.
Yes.
And that's what people don't see.
Yes.
Right? Is that as somebody that's commissioned or somebody that's an entrepreneur, you dictate all of it. And people, this is the craziest thing. People will work 60 hours for somebody else, right? Because you were doing that, but will not work 60 hours for themselves.
Yes. This is what I tell my nurse practitioners in my program. I'm like, we have the skills, you have the degrees, you do not need to get another certification. You're already seeing patients for this clinic that you don't own. You're working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Why not build something that's yours, and you're working your 40, 50 hours in your practice, and there's no cap in your income?
Yes.
You want to see 100 patients in that month, you can. You want to see 50, you can. There's no cap. If you're working for somebody, it's going to be a cap.
Absolutely. And it's going to be, you're going to split it, or, they're taking the sum off the top.
Right.
But when you go into business for yourself, you have complete control. Yes. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that because they're scared. They've been wired to believe, I'm going to stick to salary, it's safe. But in reality, if you take that full plunge and you go 100% all in, then you can control what you're making and bringing in 100%. Yes. So now you go, okay, so now you decide you're taking this big step. You're going to be this entrepreneur and you open up your own practice. So let's talk about the practice that you did. So it's after COVID or during COVID.
Yeah, during COVID. And I'm like, okay, I need to do something different. And I initially had a contract. So I was an independent contractor for one big telemedicine company, and I was seeing their patients. And I'm like, oh, this is something, I can do. So I research, and I decided to open up my clinic. Originally, it was like a women's health urgent care type clinic, because as a nurse practitioner, I worked in women's health initially. And I'm like, even though I'm family certified, this is my niche. I love women's health, so that's where my practice started. But fast forward about 2022, the whole Ozempic boom came.
Gotta love Ozempic.
Yes.
I love GLPs.
I do too.
Love them. Don't even be ashamed. I'm not even ashamed. I like the GLPs. You
I
can
do
stick
that
me,
weekly.
prick me, don't care.
Yes.
Don't care.
So that boom came, and my current patients, they were like, well, hey, do you prescribe that? I'm like, no, but I can. So, I did the research, and I had got another contract that was actually prescribing the GLP-1s. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do this in my practice. So looked up the protocols, treatment protocols, and I started providing that service in my practice. And that just skyrocketed because everybody loves to feel good, look good, and it works.
Yeah.
And it's not only just about losing weight. People have stopped their blood pressure medications. They're stopped taking their cholesterol medications. They feel good and look good.
Yeah,
so
I did
I'm all for it.
I did it. I started it, and then I went back a year later, did my blood work, and my blood work was much better, despite everything that people are saying. I mean, everything was a lot better.
Yes,
all of it. So now you have the weight management side.
Yes.
Okay, and now I know you also, part of your practice is you are teaching other nurses how to become entrepreneurial instead of falling victim to contracts or hospitals, and you teach them from start to finish. So they join your program.
Yeah, so they join my program, and they can come in two paths. So me personally, I still do the 1099 contracts with the bigger telemedicine companies, and then I have my virtual practice.
You got a lot of things going on. So you got the let's talk about it. So you got the weight loss management system, GLPs, which we can talk about after, so you can hook your girl up. Then you also have on top of that the telemedicine, so where you consult also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now you also have, on the third thing you're doing is any nurse that comes in and wants to start their own deal, you show them how to do it.
Yes. So the mentoring and coaching piece. So they'll come in, and if they want to just only do contracts to get used to seeing patients virtually, because all of my MPs work from home, They don't see any patients in person. I haven't seen a patient in person since 2021.
Nice.
So I teach them how to get the contract, so how to get licensed. I'm licensed in 25 states. I had one nurse practitioner. She came to me with 5. She now has 30 plus states.
Nice.
Licensed.
So if she wants to travel, so somebody that would be like per diem, that's
Yep. So if she wants to travel, and then if she want to work from home, she can see patients in 30.
that's right.
30
Like
states.
Via
Yep.
phone. That's right. That's why you need to be, because I was like, well, I was trying to, but never mind, you answered it.
Yes.
So you would have different states. So you can now be contracted in however many
Yep.
states.
Yep. So
And what is
patients.
that? Is that new licensing, or you just pay to get into the state?
New licenses. So you'll just apply for that state's board of nursing and get your nurse practitioner license in that state. So you'll be able to practice and see patients in that state virtually.
So more opportunity at bat. So now,
Yes.
I mean, now you're opening up. Now you're really opening up. So now you don't just have to do it in Florida, like
Right.
whatever. Let's just say it's saturated here. You can now do it in Virginia, Washington,
Yes.
wherever, which is amazing because it gives people opportunity. And then, like what I say to my salespeople is, when you can't do it after 8 o'clock here, guess what? You still have the West Coast.
Yes. And I have a license in Washington, so they're like, 3 hours behind?
There you go.
So yes, you just open more doors for yourself, and you increase access to care to individuals. Like my patients now, they love the virtual consultations. They don't have to go to the doctor. I'm in my office, they're in their living room getting care. So they love it. It's just convenient for myself and the patients. that
So
I see.
if they don't want to, now what if they want to do something like on their own practice type of thing? Can they do that as well?
Yes. So I teach that as well. So they will come in from A to Z. So from LLC formation, I help them with all the way to helping them market their practice. So with the practice startup, you'll get your LLC. There's certain systems that you have to have in the background to get it started. I help them build out their package. So if they want to provide weight loss services, I help them price accordingly. Price so your
You
business
really
is
do
profitable.
everything from start to finish.
Yes,
So
yep.
you can really be green right out of nursing school. Someone comes to you, says, I want to do my own thing. And then you take them from getting like license, the LLC, right, to I'm sure website, to
Yes,
getting that
website.
going on, right? Then registering with the states. I mean, you're really doing that's incredible.
Yes, yes.
How many nurses do you currently have in your program?
Over 130.
Wow.
Yes.
And you man it all yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's incredible. How many nurses, I wonder if you know this, how many have you made a 6-figure income or more? Turned into
I would
6-figure earners or more?
say About over 20 so far. I went in on this program really hard this July, and my MPs are getting results.
I love that. How do you
Yes.
feel when you make a difference?
I feel like a proud mama. I do. When I get text messages, oh, I got this contract. Oh, my paycheck was $15K. Oh, I have 30 licenses. Like, I really feel proud. Like, what I'm doing, it works. And I tell them, if I can do it, you can do it as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a great, what you're doing is amazing. You are changing lives left and right and giving people, because I'm sure there's men nurses.
Yeah, yeah.
So men and women can go through your program, and they have the opportunity to be their own entrepreneurial nurse, which you never, it's funny, you never really think about an entrepreneurial nurse.
No, you don't.
Right? Because I always think of like they're part of a practice or a
Right.
hospital. I never really think that they can be on their own. I've never even thought about that. I know about the per diem, but the per diem you're contracted.
Right. Yep. But you could be on your own. Certain states are full practice, so we don't need a physician oversight. We don't need a collaborative physician to practice in certain states. And a lot of nurse practitioners, they don't.
Maybe
they don't
I'll
know
become
that.
like a mobile nurse, like a mobile nurse that administers GLP. That's a good. That's a good one, right? I'll just come to your office and just stick you with GLP.
Yep. Mobile nurse.
I'm giving ideas
Yes.
here, right? You could be
Yes.
the weight loss on wheels.
Right.
Oh, I'm doing good here. Amidst all my great ideas, I do have some questions, some more for you. As women, because I talked about it a little bit, as women, we already face challenges, right? And you are a beautiful Black woman. So I want to talk, and let's not sugarcoat it. People are still prejudiced. They are. And you're gorgeous, and you were young when you started this. What was that like? Was there a lot of adversity coming in? Were people still like, oh, you know how people are. They're just so narrow-minded.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, because I'm young, Black. They're like,
Beautiful.
oh, you're a doctor. You're doctorate. How old are you? You don't even look old enough to have finished school. I'm like, but I am, and I'm here to treat you. You shouldn't look at, my color or my age. I'm here to treat you. Like, even when I used to work on the floor, right? I had a patient. She was of a different race, and she flat out said she don't want a black nurse. I'm like, well, we're here to take care of you. Like, you're in respiratory distress. You need us.
Yeah.
You didn't want a black nurse. The doctor was black. The respiratory therapist was black. It was no way around it.
So what
Did she
happened?
say no? I don't want. No, we had to take care of her, and we brought her back to life, CPR, and sent her to the ICU.
Did she ever apologize? No, never. It's so crazy. Again, like, you think that we've come so far in society, between gender and race, and we really have not at all. It blows my mind how people are so narrow-minded and so bigoted and filled with hate in this world. It's crazy.
It's really sad. It's really sad because I see no color. I train my son like, people are people. They're
Yes.
human beings, and they can have opinions and say what they want. I mean, I'm not going to treat them any different.
At the end of the day, we all bleed red.
Right.
I mean, that's
Yes.
what it is. It
Right.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your race, religion, ethnicity, creed. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But I can imagine being in a field where you are faced with different ethnicities and genders. What about males? How has that been, like, working with other males?
9 times out of 10.
They probably love you. They probably love. That's like a
Yes,
ridiculous.
yes.
Now that I said it out loud, it's probably ridiculous because they're probably like, "Oh yeah, nurse, come over. You can be." You're probably every man's greatest fantasy.
Yes, on the floor is a lot of hanky-panky between the male and female nurses.
I'm sure.
Yes. a
That's
whole
every
lot.
industry, girl. That's every
Yes,
industry.
yes.
I already told you I love GLPs. Love them. I swear by them. I'm not even embarrassed about them. But let's talk about something called, we're going to play a little game called Fact or Fluff. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready.
So fact or fluff. Keto is the fastest way to lose fat safely.
Fluff.
Why?
Keto. So with the whole weight loss thing, you want to continue to do what we're doing to lose the weight. Keto, you're completely basically cutting out carbs.
Yeah.
So the minute you start back eating carbs, you're gonna blow back up.
You blow up.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Fluff on that. All right. Intermittent fasting works for everyone.
I wouldn't say not for everyone. I do intermittent
I do
fasting.
it
I
too.
typically won't eat until after 12, and it's worked for me.
Yeah.
Just if it works for you, it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work for you, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, and everybody's body composure is different. Like, I know for myself, the carb thing, I just can't intake carbs. Like, that's just, I can't. If I eat too many carbs, it's not going to be good. Cutting out all carbs is the key to long-term weight loss.
No, it is not fluff.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely have a little bit of carbs,
Yeah.
but the right carbs, right?
Yeah, right carbs, brown rice, like brown pasta, and just portion control.
Yeah, complex
Really.
carbs, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell that to my kids all the time, portion. Detox teas actually help burn fat.
No, help you go to the bathroom.
So that's fluff. You can out-exercise a bad diet.
With just losing weight, you want to burn more calories than you're taking in. So I would say a fact, yeah, if you're burning more than you're taking in.
Okay. Prescription weight loss meds are a shortcut, not a solution.
Nope, it's not a shortcut. It's a solution to everything. Obesity is a comorbidity. Obesity is a disease.
Okay.
It is.
Skipping breakfast slows down your metabolism.
No.
So that's a fluff.
Fluff.
All right. Plant-based diets are better for weight loss than meat-based diets. Fact or fluff?
Fluff.
Fluff, why?
Because even with the GLP-1s, you want to have that protein intake.
Yeah. Cheat days ruin your progress.
No, it does not. You want to cheat.
You need
So
a
you-
cheat.
yes,
you
you
gotta
need
give your
to.
body a little
Yeah.
treat. Losing weight is just about eating less and moving more.
Fluff. There's a mental aspect to it too.
Yeah, I think both. 80%. I do think it depends on your body too.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Like,
Yeah.
it depends on. Do you think genetics have anything to do with that?
Yes, it does.
I do too. Yeah.
Yes, genetics, and like if you pre-diabetes, diabetes, it's gonna be harder for you to lose weight. If you have like hormonal imbalances like PCOS, it is gonna be harder for you to lose weight. But GLP-1s will help with that.
There you go. I love that you love GLPs like I do. So you have given such incredible advice today. So now we're going to get you to give us some one-liners, some fuel for all the bosses out there. What's your go-to tool for balancing clinic, academy, and family life? Are you using like Do you use like a project management board? Like how are you, because you have so many aspects of your business. So how are you keeping organized? Is there some kind of tool you're using?
A calendar, Google Calendar.
Okay.
And literally everything. If I have a dentist appointment, hair appointment, I put it down in my calendar. Because if it's not written in my calendar, it's not going to happen because I'm going to forget.
Perfect. I love that. Perfect. So use a calendar. That's the biggest tip, just the Google Calendar. Anything?
Yes.
Do you color coordinate them? Do you give yourself reminders? Are you putting reminders in your phone?
Yes, reminders in my phone, notes. My notes, I have a whole bunch of things in my notes. I write it down so I
Love
can
it.
remember. Yes.
So calendar, number one. All right. Ozempic. Okay. Trend talk right now.
Okay.
Ozempic, keto, intermittent fasting. What's the smartest way people can approach these trends without getting lost in the hype?
Book an appointment with either physician or nurse practitioner to see what best works for
Right.
you, because GLP-1s may not work for you depending on your family history or your
Right.
personal history.
Yeah.
So
That's
definitely-
a good answer. So just depending on, and would you go to a doctor, a nutritionist? Who would you consult?
Initially a doctor, and then that doctor can refer you to a nutritionist or a dietitian, and then go from there.
Perfect. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit, all right, and have a little fun, because for me, my go-to music before I do anything, before I come to work, I'm listening to Snoop Dogg. That is my
Okay.
go-to. Snoop is my guy. I love him so much. He gets me like fired up. So what would your typical playlist look like before you lead a masterclass, before anything you do?
I am a huge Drake fan.
You love Drake?
I
Like
love
that?
Drake. I love you, Drake.
I'm from down south, so I am like, Snoop is West Coast, but I love Snoop Dogg, and I love some good down south booty shaking music. That is like my go-to.
If I want to be extra hype, Little Baby.
Okay, all right,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
All right, and my last question for you is: imagine a nurse is listening right now in their car before a night shift, feeling completely defeated. Okay, what's the first smallest step they can take today to start rewriting their story?
I would say if you're sitting in your car, just think, close your eyes and think, why are you where you're at now, and why do you want to go to where you want to go, your journey, and just start. You just have to start. Do it scared, do it afraid. You just have to start.
I love that. You just have to start. So it doesn't matter. You know, we are always so scared of what other people think or what lies ahead. But sometimes you just have to just do it, right?
Yes.
Nike has the best slogan,
Yes.
just do it.
Yes, just do it.
I love that. And if people want to find you, where would they find you and how would they get a hold of you?
On Instagram, Dr. E, the virtual MP, same on TikTok. And I do host masterclasses every Thursday at nursepreneur.com.
Good.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
lot of
it.
places they can find you.
Yes,
And
yes.
we'll have all the links for you too.
Yes.
So anything else you want to end with? Last piece of advice, anything?
For my nurse practitioners, just start. Like, we have the licenses. We went to school all these years. There's no way why we can't be a nurse and an entrepreneur. You can do it both. I do it both. I have my virtual practice contracted, and I do Airbnb as well. I invest in real estate. So you just have to find your purpose and your why, and then go for it.
There you have it, a true BILF. Very well-rounded, excellent. It was so nice having you today. Thank you for all your advice. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for everything that you're doing and changing people's lives.
And that's it for today's episode on the BILFPod with Dr. Ebony Tillery. If you enjoyed the conversation, hit subscribe and like so you don't miss out on what's coming next. In the meantime, go ahead and check out my chat with Danielle Cabral on reality TV and entrepreneurship. Or check out my girl Kieran Giovanni on Resilience in Hollywood. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time on the BILFPod.